Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look at the Edmonton Oilers. Now, I hate to be a Debbie Downer here, guys, but if you look at the Oilers right now, it's been a rough situation with this team. You guys know what I'm talking about. I have faith in them for the playoffs this year. They could go on a run. But let's be honest, going into the summer, there's going to be a lot of talk about Erik Karlsson. Karlsson is going to win the Norris Trophy this season for best defenseman in the National Hockey League. He's kind of ran away with it since December, right? This is his trophy to lose at this point. And the Oilers are very interested. We've heard a lot of rumors that the Oilers are looking to go that way. And if they do make a deal, what has to be the other way? And it might surprise you. It might not necessarily be the guy you're thinking. I could kind of think what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, well, is it going to be Yamamoto? Is it going to be Broberg? Who is it going to be? No, it's not any of those guys necessarily. So we're going to take a look at that today. So the Edmonton Oilers, this is from The Athletic the other day. They said, trading Jack Campbell to the Sharks may make an Erik Karlsson trade to the Edmonton Oilers possible. And basically the idea is it's the combination of the fact that the Sharks need a goaltender, which isn't the prime issue here, but it's really more so the fact that it's cap space that the Oilers can free up, and they've also got Stewie Skinner. And if Stuart Skinner is their guy, potentially going into the playoffs this year, well, then they don't really need Jack Campbell at that point. Now, the other issue is, though, then what else has to be incentivized by the Sharks to make that trade, right? So, in that sense, somebody of significance may have to go, or first-round picks, right? So that's kind of what you're looking at, but I think the deal is possible. And I think if you're the Sharks, you kind of jump at the opportunity. You could move Karlsson's deal. You could bring in a goaltender that, hey, listen, Jack Campbell had a bad season, but he could end up being pretty good in San Jose. And when you're rebuilding, do you really need a good goalie? So it could be a win-win in the sense that you're taking on an asset, right, that the Oilers are trying to unload, so you gain value in that sense. And you're also getting a goalie, which you need anyway, and you're also getting salary to keep you at the cap floor, above the cap floor. So for multiple reasons, this is a deal that could really be good for the Sharks and the Oilers together. And you consider that big cap hit. It's $11 million per season for Karlsson. You have to find a way, if you're not going to retain salary, which I'd have to think that the Sharks are going to retain something on that deal. I find it so hard to believe that doesn't come up at some point. But Jack Campbell being in that trade could alleviate a lot of that salary, which is exactly what the Oilers need. And in that sense, maybe you just give Stuart Skinner just $1 million, right? You give him a cheaper contract. You get what I'm saying? You're saving a lot of money, moving out Campbell. You've got Stuart Skinner and whoever else is behind him. And it doesn't matter. So maybe that's the route that the Oilers go. Now, again, a lot of that's going to play into what they do this summer, right? Like, what do they do in the spring in the playoffs? Do they make it to the conference finals? Maybe that changes their opinion. If Campbell's standing on his head and winning a couple big game sevens, taking them to the cup final, maybe this conversation completely dies. But as of right now, I'd have more faith in Stuart Skinner in game one of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and that makes a guy like Campbell, who just came into town last year, kind of expendable. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of the idea of Jack Campbell maybe going to San Jose to get that deal done for Erik Karlsson? Because there has been a lot of talk over the last couple months. I really haven't found a way to see it. I've tried making mock trades. I just haven't been able to find a way to make it work. Like, the amount of movement of salary for that contract of Karlsson is going to be so difficult for the Sharks to move, especially to a team like the Oilers, who are already so cap constrained to begin with. It would take a lot to happen. And you saw what they had to do to bring in Ekholm. They had to move Barry. They've had to move Jesse Puljujärvi. Like, it's going to be tough, but I think we've seen Ken Holland, and credit where it's due. Ken Holland has found a way to make deals work when they otherwise seemed impossible. I could see something coming up this summer for Erik Karlsson. But let me know what you guys think down below. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys again next time.